What's up, family? What's going on with everybody? I am live both on on TikTok, TikTok and YouTube simultaneously. So what's up, everybody? What's going on? I understand that I have to be more interactive here, so I'm gonna try to be both on here. So what's up, everyone? If you guys don't know, I am Samantha Lee, and I am here. I'm here. Somebody said I'm a little bit late. My bad, y'all. I was in the middle of messaging a friend of mine. I had sent them a video. If we being honest, I was actually messaging Pam, thank you, ma'am. And I said, Pam, I got something I gotta tell you, Pam. So, being honest with you. What's up, everybody? What's going on? I don't know exactly. I'm going to try to figure out how to maneuver both of these things, but I just want to say hi to everyone. If you guys don't know me already, my name is Samantha Lee. I am a therapist by trade, but I'm a full-time therapist and I'm a full-time content creator. So I post content to 4 platforms, which is YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So that is what I do. Somebody said, dang, you're live. You're legendary on social media. So much game you give. Thank you, Yusuf. I don't know how to like your stuff, but thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know what else to do. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So anyway, tonight we're talking about relationships, why commitment is out and confusion is in. Y'all know that I have a lot of perspectives and opinions about relationships today, and I have like a newfound thing. Somebody said I become popular. I don't know what that means on TikTok, y'all. So I'm learning how to do this thing. I don't know what that means. But we are figuring it out, baby. I don't know. I am going to figure it out. So anyway, somebody asked me on TikTok, what type of therapy do you do? Well, right now, you guys, I play a supervisor role. So I am the clinical supervisor for a nonprofit here in Georgia. And we serve youth. So I do not do one-on-one. I do coaching, but I don't do one-on-ones anymore. But that is what I do. And then I'm a full-time content creator. As you guys know, if you guys know me anything, somebody said they know I'm a Jedi in these social media streets. So, it is what it is. So yes, guys, I have a big, tonight's conversation is going to be something that's very, very, it's kind of a hot button topic for me. So I'm going to get into it. But before we get into it, I want to first thank everybody that decides to contribute to the channel. Thank you guys that hit the Cash App, hit the super chats, hit the over here on TikTok, what you guys do here. Thank you guys for that. Just sent a gift. Thank you. Don't know what that means. Thank you. No, wait, I don't know what I just did. Y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let me turn off. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on. Okay, never mind. Sorry, y'all. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing with TikTok. I don't know. Anyway, so I want to thank you guys I'm not even touching it because I don't understand how to do this. This is otherworldly to me. I don't understand. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. Thank you guys for those who contribute. Thank you guys for those who decide they want to show some love. Okay, so tonight we have a conversation, like I said, why is commitment out? Why is confusion in? Before we get into that, let's talk about some hot topics. Okay, as you guys know, or as I just stated, I work for a nonprofit. So I realize that there's a lot going on in the world today. I know that federal funding has been frozen. So for those who are working for nonprofits, your funding has been frozen. And I also saw other people's stuff has been frozen as well. So yeah, there's some things going on in the world today. I'm praying and I'm speaking life over my company that things get back on, but doesn't seem like we're the only people that are getting accounts frozen, right? Like that we must not be that we're not the only ones, clearly. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, there's a lot going on in the world today. I don't know exactly what to say about that or how to what we do about that, but we just gonna keep praying, y'all. We gonna keep praying. So that's something that's going on in the world today. Anybody else being affected by the freezing? Anybody else being affected by the freezing of stuff? Is anybody else being affected, or was it just federal funding? Some family members over here, I saw somebody said I just saw they rescinded it today. Did they? Did they rescind it? I don't know. Swipe right to filter your comment. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm only freezing. Okay. Oh, they did. No, it was not rescinded, but clarified. Okay. I don't know. So that's something that's going on in the world today. Some people are being affected by that. So I don't know what exactly, again, you guys, I think that I'm going to, I think I'm going to do different things, but it's really crazy. Other topics that you guys want me to cover in this segment. I know I jump into my topic and people are like, you didn't talk about this, you didn't talk about that. Yes, I saw food stamps was affected as well. That's crazy. That is crazy. Thank you guys. You did your thing on the Country Wayne skits. Thank you. I was on the Country Wayne skits a while ago. I played Country Wayne's therapist like for a skit. I think I did. I was in like 5 skits? Panda, did we put that in the EPK? Pam, we might need to add that to the EPK. I don't think I put that in there. But yeah, I did a Country Wayne skit. But anyway. TJ, stop hating on women. That's not cute, beloved. It's not cute. It's not cute. That's not attractive. Ugh, it's actually gross. Be a lover, not a fighter. Anyway, all right. So sorry about the loans and grants fee. I believe it'll all work out. Yeah, I believe it will too. Yeah, I did like 5. I think I did like 5 skits. Yeah, I believe I did. You guys can see I didn't really do a whole lot of if you're on the YouTube, you could tell I didn't do any makeup really today because I just didn't feel like it. I was a little tired. Decline. Somebody asked a couple of I was a little tired. So that's kind of what that went. Thank you for the rose. Somebody sent a rose. Thank you. Thank you for the rose. Here on the other things. I don't really know. Somebody said, there's something about you. Obviously, you're beautiful in many ways. Just the way you speak, like you can tell you're so in tune with life, and that's so attractive, Samantha Lee. Why, thank you. Appreciate that. Now, y'all can tell I'm not wearing no makeup now. Y'all can tell that. They like, oh, it doesn't look, I can't tell. Yeah, you can. You can tell. But it's not, it is what it is. I mean, we have to get more natural here. We do have to get more natural in the world, right? You got to embrace your natural. My spouse is coming. My spouse got to see me this way. So he got to love all of this. Hair and all, baby. You got to love it all. Hair need to be, well, my hair don't look as bad. I had to work today. So, it is what it is. But anyway, it is what it is. So guys, let's just get into the topic. Let's get into the topic. So today we're talking about situationships versus relationships. So now there are some things that wait, hold on. Somebody asked me a question. Sam, how can I tell my sister to stop settling for a Madden king who gets high all day? How old is your sister? How old is your sister? A Madden King? Now, okay, now there's gamers that are actually getting money now. We can't be mad because there's gamers that are actually making money. Okay, so we can't hate on the gaming world. Let's start there. But if he's not making money and he's just out here, he's just playing video games, he ain't, and he's just getting high and not making money. Like, you can get high and play video games and make and still be a functioning adult and contributing to your household. So I'm not mad at it if you're still, functioning adult and you're holding, your responsibilities down. But if you're just, this is what I'm saying, guys. Let's get back. This is my point. Men be coming on here like women don't want this, women don't want that. Women be settling for a lot of stuff. Like, honestly, bro. Women settle for a lot of things. Like, it's not, we make it seem like women are so unreasonable. They're not unreasonable. There are some women that are unreasonable, but there are most women are reasonable. Most women are not looking for the top of the food chain. They just say that they are, but they're not. Like, I feel like most women are very reasonable. They're not looking for that. I don't know. And somebody said men be settling too. I think men be settling. I think men do settle too. I think men do settle too. Lester said that she's 42. Now, sis, we need to have a conversation. 42 years old, we need to have a conversation. At 42? No, I'm not, no. Is he? Lester, I'm starting to think you're just trolling me at this point. Y'all, the next question he asked me was, when should I tell a date that I used to be an addict? Okay, one question at a time. One question at a time, Lester. Hold on, bro. Lester, one question at a time. Okay, first thing you said was your sister's dating a Madden King who gets high all day. The next question is, when should I tell my date that I used to be an addict? Now, why are you judging a man for getting high when you used to get high too? That's not fair. That's not right. We judging people. Listen, people don't understand this. I talk about women, and I'm very, I say, put men on game on women and women game on men. Reason why I do that is because I used to be a bit toxic. Like, let's be real. I used to be, younger Sam was not redeemed. And that's just the truth. That's just the reality of it, right? And so I'm able to speak to certain things. And so that's why I do what I do, right? So I'm not going to be mad or angry or aggressive towards women because I'm a woman. I understand it. I'm not going to judge them harshly. You can't judge this man harshly for getting high when you was getting high. You understand it. You understand it differently than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? We can't judge nobody for what you used to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's all I'm saying, Lester. We can't be mad at, we can't be that judgmental about who your sister dates. However, at 42 years old, her and I need to have a conversation as to why we're dating men that play video games all day, unless he's a gamer and that's his profession. And that's what he does. That's what he does. Whatever. I'm clean now though, and he ain't at 50. Okay, this is getting deep, y'all. I don't have time for this one. This is at 50. So what's going on with your sister then? Because what you put up with in a relationship tells me more about what you feel about you. So what's going on with your sister? She all right? What's happening with her? He ain't never worked. Lester just said that he ain't never worked a day in his life. With something, first of all, the issue I have is with your sister, because why are we dealing with a man that is getting high and ain't never worked a day in his life? That's me. Me and my sister need to be having a one-on-one conversation, because that's just that I can't explain that. I can't explain that. She obviously Lester just said his sister makes 100K a year and she's attractive. She has low self-esteem. Obviously, she has low self-esteem, because what you deal with in a relationship is a reflection of how you feel about yourself. If I'm dealing with a guy that is literally bringing nothing to the table, that means that I don't feel like I deserve more than that. That's what that tells me. So when people give me all this big bad wolf talk, oh, I want this kind of man, and I want him to do this, this, and this, and he got to do this, and he got to be blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then the first guy that comes at you who don't do none of that, and then you over here and you with him, that tells me that what you're saying doesn't line up with what you're doing. Right? So as much as you say you deserve this type of man, the man that comes around that says that he actually wants you, that's the one you settle in with. You're not, it's like, oh Lord, let me not get into it, family, because this really bothers me, because a lot of times we see a lot of people that do this. They make their necessity a virtue. They make it seem like, oh, I'm so picky, I'm so picky, I'm so picky. And it's like, it's not that you're so picky. You don't have good options, or you don't have an option because maybe you don't go out, maybe you don't do, we have to be outside, family. If you're trying to meet somebody, you're not going to meet somebody just sitting in your house, not meeting nobody. I know that. I understand that firsthand. Okay. So to me, it's like being in that situation, and y'all, I'm going to get into the topic because I feel like I'm going left and I really don't want to go left. But I think that a lot of people, we're just being honest with ourselves and not speaking with ego. We would get a lot further faster. I think a lot of us, we speak with ego, and we're not being honest with ourselves or anyone else. And therefore we're in these relationships, or we choose these broken relationships because we're not being honest. Like, we're not being honest. We put on this show for social media. We put on this show for the people around us, but in real life, we don't feel that way. And because of that, we end up feeling very lonely, and we deal with BS relationships, right? That are so unfulfilling. What does join my team mean? Jen, heart me. Thank you. Got a lot of gifts. Thank you. I don't know what that means. Thank you guys for these gifts. I got all these gifts. Thank you. So anyway, that's just my whole thing. I just don't like when, thank you guys. At the end of the day, we just gotta we gotta do better, y'all. If you can't tell me you think you deserve the best, and you're dealing with a guy who literally at this point, it doesn't sound like brings anything to the table. That tells me that you don't feel like you're the best. Because if you felt like you were the best, you would be with somebody that you felt like was the best, right? Like that your actions are not aligning with your words. People can say anything. Family, 93% of communication is nonverbal. So you're only getting 7% of the story by listening to what somebody says. 93% else is their behavior. People can tell you anything. They can tell you anything. People can tell you anything. Watch what they do. Watch what they do. Don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do. Anyway. All right, family. That was enough of our hot topics and our questions for tonight. Let's get into the conversation for the evening is why commitment is out and why confusion is in. Why commitment is out and confusion is in. Now, Brian, if you count tone, tone is a part of it, and tone is not verbal. Tone is sound. So that's another percentage. So it's not 55%. Please don't put in misinformation. I actually studied from what's it called? An expert. I was watching like a couple of these different body language experts that they put on panels. And when she was saying that on a live, I thought it was very interesting. So anyway, let's get into it. So why today are we saying that confusion? Why are we choosing confusion? And I say confusion because I think situationships are confusing. Situationships are confusing. We don't know what we are. We're in between. You know, we play this game. Like, what are we? Are you with me? Are you my man? Blah, blah, blah. Y'all already know I'm not very good at sharing. That's never been my strong suit. So I don't really play that game. That's not a thing. That's not a game I like to play. If you going to play that game, you're going to lose me. Because Sam don't play those types of games. I'm the type of person, if we locked in, we're locked in. If we're not, we're not. Very simple. And that's because my mental health can't take it. My mental health can't take it. I'm just not that type. I'm just not. Now, there are women that may be able to handle it better than me. I cannot. Okay. But I would argue that most people can't handle ambiguity very well. They just say that they can. Okay. And so we're going to get into it. We're talking about situations. What's the reasons for situationships? So one of the reasons for situationships today, from what I saw, was fear of commitment and emotional vulnerability, right? So people have been hurt in the past relationships, and now they're preferring a low stakes connection, or I call a how do I say? Low hanging fruit connection. Where they don't have to be fully emotionally invested. That means I can connect with somebody and I have full control over the situation. It's a situation where it's very low risk. I'm in control. I can kind of give what I want to give. It allows me to kind of have, it's almost like what I call a job that pays the bills. It's not the ideal job that I want to work at for the rest of my life, but it pays the bills. So I stay and I hang with you until I can work the job I want to work. Okay. And so that is what I believe one of the reasons for emotional vulnerability is. Like, I'm building myself up to kind of get to a place where I'm ready to invest like that again. Now, I understand that. I understand the fear of vulnerability. Trust me, I get it. I've had my heart broken. And I understand wanting to protect yourselves from being vulnerable. However, family, I think that when you decide to be in connections with people, right? The problem is that you don't know if, like, I believe it, and I think a lot of people on here understand the power of soul ties, the power of being connected with somebody, and you end up getting more invested in someone that you never intended to get invested with. You end up being more locked in than you wanted to. You know, there's been people that I've talked to before, and they've said, hey, you know, this was supposed to be a one-night stand, and we ended up getting married. You never really actually know what can happen when you connect yourself with someone. All right. Spiritual connections are real. Soul ties are real. This is not and I mean, I'm not saying soul ties can only happen from, you know, physical connection. You can get a soul tie from emotional connection. It's a little harder, right? But it can happen. Okay? So we just have to be careful what we connect ourselves to, right? We have to be careful. We have to be more mindful what we connect ourselves to. Y'all, even on TikTok, y'all listening to me, there are people that are literally learning how to do spells on TikTok, right? They're learning how to do spells to get people locked in. So we have to be careful because you don't know who you're connecting with. You have to be very careful. Okay. So I think that, yes, although you know, I want to be connected to somebody, but I don't really want to be connected to somebody. That idea in theory sounds great, but the reality of it is it can be very costly. It can be very costly. Right? That's just the reality of it. And for the person that said they're immune to spells, watch what happens. You'll be the first one. I guarantee. Because you said that, you'll be the first one that gets hit by a spell, and you'll wonder what happened. Okay? Understand that we have to have a sense of humility, family. That's part of the reason why our culture be the way that it is. We have a sense of like an arrogance about it. It's like, oh, it ain't gonna happen to us. It's not gonna happen to us. You don't know what can happen to you. Never say never. I've learned that in my life. Never say never. You never know what could happen. Never. Let's move along. Desire for freedom and independence. A lot of individuals prioritize personal growth, career goals, or self-discovery over relationship. Situationships offer the benefits of relationship without interfering with their independence. Or so you think. That's a myth. Anybody has been locked in with a woman for any period of time, or even a man for a period of time. Okay? Ain't no way in God's green earth that woman or that said man is going to be able to be impartial about what you're doing over a period of time. They may at first say that they can handle it. They may at first say, oh, I can handle it. I'm good. I don't even want a relationship right now. I don't even want that right now. I don't even want it. I don't even want a relationship right now. I don't. Hold on, y'all. Let me do my impression. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to be goofy. It's just, it has to be. No, like, you don't want a relationship? I don't either. Like, I think it's just a lot right now. I'm just trying to build. I'm just trying to like get myself together. Like, and relationships are like a lot. That's a lie. That's a lie. That is a lie. That's a woman lie. That's what women do. We be lying. Because we might say we feel like if we don't jump on this, it may run away. So we sit here and then we say we can handle something we can't. Right? And then guess what? Guess what happens 3 months later? Let me show y'all what happens 3 months later. Are we really going to keep doing this? Like, why do you keep needing to see other women? Oh my God. Like, am I not enough? That's what happened. 3 months later, all's fair in love and war. Right? It was all good with me. And then out of nowhere, it's like, oh, I just thought that like over time, like the time that we would spend together. Sorry, hold on. I just thought the time that we would spend together, that you would like choose me. No, of course not. You agreed. You agreed. You agreed to a situation that you couldn't handle. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't agree to nothing. Don't agree. Part of what we're saying here is that, oh, I want to be able to do what I want to do without the responsibility of it. And unfortunately, family, no matter what we do, no matter how we do it, I don't care what the situation is. If you get a job and you want to make money, guess what you have? Responsibilities. If you want kids and you want a lineage and you want to have a bunch of whatever your last name is running around, guess what comes with it? A responsibility. If you want to be able to do anything in life, you want a nice, really nice car, or you want a really, really nice house, or if you want a really, really nice boat, or you want a really, really nice plane, guess what it comes with? Responsibilities. You want a horse, That's responsibilities. You want to play on a team, it comes with responsibilities. You want to be a really good friend to somebody, it comes with responsibilities. You want to be a top church member, it comes with responsibilities. You want to be a part of a group, you got to be part of responsibilities. You want to get that record deal, it comes with a responsibility. Everything comes with daggone responsibilities, family. Everything comes with responsibilities. Everything. So why do we think the most, I would say the most beautiful thing that God created, which is a connection with another human being? Oh my God, I can't with this. Okay, warrior for truth. I'll get to that. Lord of mercy. I can't stand these kinds of questions. But I appreciate the question, warrior for truth. I have to work on hiding my face. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, relationships in any facet require responsibility. All of them. Now, we can be under the delusion that they don't, but they do. Even if it doesn't seem like it at first. It's almost like that credit card that you get when you're 18 years old. And they say, oh, you can use this credit card. And you know what? You don't have to pay the first $25,000 back for 6 months. It seems like a great deal at first. And then you spend $25,000. Guess what happens? You eventually owe $25,000. That is the nature of relationships. That's just what it is. Plus interest. But in our society, we have this delusion of, we spend time with somebody, or we expend energy with somebody, and there's not a cost. That's delusion. There's always a cost. Whether it's our soul, whether it's our time that we can't get back, there's always a cost. Always a cost. Our society makes it seem like it's not. But there's always a cost. Anyway, casual culture, hookup mentality, modern dating culture influenced by social media, dating apps, and music. Because I've literally said before, music is part of the problem. Okay? Music today is influencing, it has a single agenda. I've said this on multiple lives. I'm going to say it again. Our modern culture is heavily influenced and has always been influenced by music. Today's music is influencing, especially the Black and brown community, the community that I'm in. Okay. We are influenced. Look at our role models. Even the ones that are married present themselves as single to sell. Okay. Even the ones that are married hypersexualize themselves to sell. That's not just women, that's men as well. And they do this. They have this agenda. They sing about promiscuity. They sing about being not broken homes, not settling down, doing that, whatever. My pastor says this, and it's so true. He says that whoever has your ear has your future. And no disrespect to Future, but if Future has your ear, Future has your future. And a lot of us are making decisions, and we're making it seem like it's us making those decisions. No, it's the music you're listening to. It's influencing you to do things that literally don't make sense. And then you're over here wondering why am I not fulfilled? Why is it that every new woman gets old quick? Why is it that now I go on dates and it's not fulfilling at all? I meet these new women, I sleep with new women, it really doesn't do nothing for me at all. Why is that? Because it was never meant to. It was never meant to. If I keep listening, I'm sorry, no disrespect, but I keep listening to certain artists today, right? If I listen to the Sexy Reds of the world, I listen to Sexy Red, no disrespect. I don't listen to her music, no disrespect to her. I'm not throwing shade at her. But if I listen to her every day, I am going to be influenced by her. That is going to be my influence because that's who I'm choosing to listen to. But those are who the machine has gotten behind and pushed their music. No disrespect to her because she comes from nothing. She's made it. I have no, but listen, when somebody's a hustler and they make it from where they come from and they do well, I don't have no problem with that. My whole point is this: the machine can make anybody hot. That's what they do. And they've decided, like, listen, I don't really, talent. There's a lot of talented people out here, but there's an agenda we're trying to push. There's an agenda we're trying to push. And so bump talent. Talent it's subjective. Who's going to buy into the agenda? Who is going to do what we want them to do? Who is going to rap about and put out music that we want to be put out? Who's going to follow the program? And so now we have a bunch of different people that are listening to this music and are being influenced by it. And they're saying, oh, I want to be single. Oh, I want to be out here in the streets. Well, duh, that's what you're listening to. That's not where fulfillment is. That's not where hope is. That's not where legacy is. No. That's where brokenness lives. That's where misery lives. That's where that lives. I'm just saying, a lot of people, they look external for fulfillment. Fulfillment doesn't come externally. Fulfillment comes internally. As long as you keep trying to fulfill external needs with internal needs with external things, it will never be enough. Because what you're using was never meant to fulfill you. So a lot of people are like listening to this music, wondering what's going on. Why do I feel this way, Sam? Why do I like this guy? No, you weren't. Because even if you sleep with, I don't care who it is. I don't care what man it is. I don't care what he got going on. I don't care what he got going on. I don't care. Because I'm sorry, y'all. Some of the men with the most money are the most lonely. Why? Because now it's like I have to isolate myself because I can't trust nobody. And I'm afraid to let nobody in because if I let somebody in, what's going to happen to me? So now I do things because at the end of the day, I don't know. I'm in this. I do want connection. I do want to trust somebody. I do want something fulfilling in my life, but I don't know who I can trust. So now those who have the most are the most isolated. And y'all like, oh, well, they got it. They got it going on. They out here with all these women. Yeah, because they don't know who to trust. That really actually sucks, to be honest with you. If I'm being honest with you, that really sucks. That sucks to be in a position where you feel like you don't know who's there for what. And some of y'all don't have half of those problems. And y'all still out here like, I want to be single. 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 Oh, yeah. Because that's what these guys on TV are doing. They're doing that because they feel like they have to. But even the ones that have the most, if you see other cultures, you see a Jeff Bezos or you see a Trump, they get married multiple times. Oh, baby, they're not stopping to get married because they understand the power of marriage. They understand what that means in a grand scheme of business and doing business. They understand that marriage is power. So they keep getting married. They may not be good at marriage, but they keep getting married because they understand the power of marriage. Our community, because of our role models, we're deathly afraid of marriage. Whereas people in other communities are not afraid of getting married. Why? Because they understand the power of it. They understand that they're going to make more money anyway. Our community is not taught that. Our community is being left in the dark. Like, oh, well, we just going to have a bunch of, we just going to do what we do. And the reality is they put money behind certain role models in order to perpetuate this broken cycle that keeps us at the bottom. That's what's happening. That's what's actually happening. That's the bigger thing here. The people that are the most afraid about money, honestly, are the people that don't. I mean, if you think about it, Jeff Bezos got more money than Jeff Bezos is a billionaire a few times over. And when I say a few times over, I'm probably being generous. This man about to get married again. You think that this is because he dumb. Warren Buffett he's just an idiot. That's why he married. No! They're not dumb. They're not. They got more money than probably people on here that's talking about, I'm scared of these women out here trying to get my money. That's what they trying to do. It's like, no. Oh, yeah, excuse me. He's worth $248 billion. My bad. He not marrying her because he in love, Brandon. If you still think that, then you just look at 86% of other billionaires that get married. He's not the only one who's getting married. It would be one thing if it was just Jeff Bezos. 86% of them do. That means majority of them get married. Why is that? We're the only, I mean, that's just my whole thing. I'm not going to go back and forth. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. Y'all can figure it out. The reality is you make more money being a married man. Look it up. Google it. You can do it right now if you want to. It's a business situation. People look at you as being more stable. Why do you think presidents or governors or senators or anything like that, why do you think they get married before they go into office? Why do you think that is? The presentation of a marriage is powerful. It makes you look more trustworthy. It makes you look more faithful. It makes you look like somebody that we can do business with. It's a model that sells. That's why a LeBron can be a billionaire, or Steph Curry could probably be knocking on the door to it, because it's something that people invest in. It is that's just what it is. It's bigger than just, oh, he's in love. It's a good look. It just is. And yes, you should marry the right person. Yes, it's a great commitment. But there are people that I could argue that are probably not getting married because they in love. They get married because they understand the power of marriage. They understand what that ring means when we walk into certain business meetings. And you walking in with a woman, hopefully you walking in with a person that these men are thinking business. That's what we don't understand. They're thinking about marriage as an institution, as a business. They're thinking of it like, okay, if I get married, if I walk in with this woman, the way she talks, the way she thinks, the way she carries herself, I'm going to be able to close more deals because she's going to start schmoozing with that guy's wife. And if that guy's wife likes my wife, then we got a deal that's going to be closed, because he understands networking. He understands that I can't walk in these rooms with these types of people with just regular women. I got to go in with a woman who she's got to be this and she's got to be that. She's got to be able to frame switch. She can't be somebody that when I walk into the room and she opens her mouth, I'm like, oh Lord, please don't say, don't speak. Don't talk. Don't formulate a sentence. They can't do that. They got to walk in with somebody that is beautiful, and she might not even be the most beautiful, but she's beautiful enough. But the brains are there. The networking capacity is there. The fact that she can shift an atmosphere when she walks in. A lot of guys don't understand the power of that. That's what we need to start talking about on this channel. That's what we need to start talking about all around, because we're focusing on very superficial things. But this is why other cultures get married the way that they do and who they choose to get married to. That's why you see certain men and you're like, they wives ain't really, you would think that he would be with this kind of woman. Well, that's because this kind of woman gets deals closed. This kind of woman, he can walk into a room, close his eyes, and close a deal. That's what I'm saying. You got to understand, guys. Certain types of women, they may not be they don't always come as super bad. There's only so many that you can close your eyes. They're beautiful women, but when you close your eyes and they walk around a room, you know that you came out stronger because they're in there with you. It's only a few. That's not the common thing. So they go in there and they're thinking, I could get, maybe I'll she might be a pretty good looking woman, right? But when I go into these rooms and I go into these atmospheres, there are deals that I can close all the way around because of who she is. That's the important thing. We are hyper fixated on things that don't really matter. If a man feel like she with him for money, why would he settle with one lady? I'm just saying. My problem, Warrior for Truth, and I thank you for the super chat. My problem with this particular statement is that this is a very, very common thing, right? Because I get frustrated with this question. There are men that choose women purely because of how she looks. Purely. Has nothing to do with if she formulates a sentence, whether she's well-rounded, whether she's a good person. No, she's just super bad. So I'm purely looking at her for what she looks like. And I'm mostly using her for what she looks like. And I'm probably getting with her because I want to sleep with her. And even though I might know that and I might be using her for that, that's got to be understandable to the world. Everybody leads with something, right? Women's world, our superficial thing that we lead with, a lot of times what men go for is physical. Men, they can sometimes lead with physical. Y'all got different options. Women don't have that many options, but a lot of the times, usually it's physical. Usually, because men are visual. So you got to lead with physical. If you don't have physical, you got to look, right? Men, you can lead with money. You can lead with looks. You can lead with charm, charisma, personality. Those are three things that men can lead with, right? If you decide you want to lead with money and she decides she want to lead with looks, you don't see women like, well, you do see women saying, oh, she just wants me for my money. Oh my God, he wants me for my money, right? And then you go on their page and all you see is their body. All you see is their body. Every picture is their body. But you're mad because you're being used for your body. The reverse is true. A man can be, oh, she want me for my money. Every picture you got is about you and your money. Everything is in front of your this and that. And you want to be known for your money. You want to be chosen for your money. You want people to know you got money. You want to tell the world you're a millionaire. It's like, okay. So you have to be prepared for people choosing you for what you're leading with. And here's the thing. If you're with somebody long enough, they tell on themselves. They do. They tell on themselves. And here's a trick. Here's another trick, family. Truth, just so you're aware, Warrior for Truth. If you can get a woman the same, Just a woman that you can get when you didn't have no money. Date that type of woman. Think about it. The woman you could get when you had no money. Just think about that. If you could pull the baddest women constantly, not every once in a while, not 2 out of 3, like I'm saying, you could always pull certain women, right? And you didn't have to spend no money. You didn't have to take them nowhere. Then you keep swimming in that pond. The problem is what happens is that men, they have a little bit more status, they have a little bit more money, whatever the case may be. They want to date badder women that they couldn't get when they didn't have any money. Understandable. That's all makes sense, right? Right? So you make a little bit more money. You're like, you know what? I have more access. I can get her now. Cool. The only difference between then and now is the fact that you have money. So you have to be prepared for. If you are trying to date something that you could not date without money, then the chances are is that you're putting yourself in a position to possibly be used for money. Because the only difference between the woman that you wanted at one point and you getting her at this point is the fact that you have money. So you have to then say to yourself as a man, maybe I need to just stick to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to and stop chasing these daggone waterfalls if I'm afraid of being used for money. That's the reality of the situation. I'm sorry, y'all. It's the truth. Y'all be sitting here and saying, hey, now that I have access, I want to be with these 8, 9s, and 10s. You couldn't get 8, 9s, and 10s when you didn't have that. Now you have that. Now you're trying to get 8, 9s, and 10s. So the only difference between now and then is money. So you are putting yourself, you are deciding, I am putting myself in this position because I want that looking woman. That's your fault. That's what you decided to do. You should just continue to deal with the women that you can get comfortably when you didn't have any. And then you won't have to think about whether they're there for money or not. But that's not what men do. Men want to get better women when they have access to better women. And I understand that. But you have to think of it the reverse, family. Think of it the reverse. A woman gets a BBL. She gets a BBL. She didn't have a booty before. She might have had a little stomach. She didn't have no booty. She decided to say, I'm going to go get a BBL. So a woman gets a BBL. Do you think that after the BBL and she got all these dudes that she couldn't get before, she's like, oh my God, they're with me for my BBL. It's horrible. They want me for my BBL. What? No, she's going to say it worked. She's going to say success. She invested in something that made her more marketable to the men that she wanted. And she got the men that she wanted. It's the same principle. You don't see women crying about it. You don't see women saying, I can't believe he just wants me for my BBL. It's just crazy. Oh my gosh. So serious. No, she understood that when she got a BBL, she was going to get different type of attention. When a man gets money, and he now has access to more women, he's now like, oh my gosh, does she want me for my money? I mean, I don't know. You've done something to your situation that made you more attractive to the opposite gender. And you did that knowing that that was going to make you more attractive to the opposite gender, but then complain about being attracted to the opposite gender because you're afraid of what they don't like or what they do like. We have to, y'all. We got to be we got to be reasonable. We have to be reasonable, family. I'm sorry. We just got to be reasonable. If you don't want to think about those kind of problems, if you don't want to think about those types of things, then don't go after women that you could not get without money. Don't think about that. Just stay where you are right now and just continue. Don't like get money and then say, I'm only dating 10s now. And then be like, oh my God, this is a 10 only want me for my money. Well, you couldn't get a 10 before. So what do you think? I'm sorry. It's the truth. It's just the truth. You know, I'm not trying to make you upset. I'm just saying, like, if there's women that literally go and they lose a lot of weight and they now are more attractive to men. Do you think that that woman goes into depression because now she's more attractive to men because she's lost a little bit of weight and she may be more confident and she may exude more confidence, which actually makes her more attractive? Do you think that she's going to cry about the attention she's now getting because she's exuding more confidence and she feels better about herself? No, but men do. I don't understand that. I don't understand why men do this. It's like, I don't understand that. I get it. I understand the sensitivity of like somebody wanting you for something that may not feel genuine to you. I get that. I totally understand that. But we all, whether we're male or whether we're female, we both have to deal with the same prospect. We both have to deal with the prospect of people not wanting us genuinely. Right? We both do. Women have it for one reason. Men have it for another reason. Men can worry for one reason. Women can worry for other reasons. Like we both have reasons to question somebody's intentions. But we've decided to run with these insecure narratives, not understanding that we're more alike than we are different. We both have areas where we can question whether the person's there for the right reasons. I'm sorry, y'all. Warrior for Truth says he's just a goat herder and he's coming to America. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Bobby Polfus says, send me a super sticker. Thank you so much, Bobby. Warrior for Truth says he's a goat herder. Wolves Talk Money. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you, guys. I almost messed myself up. It's not about proving loyalty, guys. I think women and men, like the reality of it for me personally is like, you'll know you feel genuine. Like I can feel somebody not being genuine with me. Like I can feel something like that. Like I can feel it. I think that instead of wanting to believe that certain people are what or this or are that, just believing what you feel. You know, trust your discernment. You guys are, you know, when somebody's not there for the right reasons. It's not, I'm sorry, it's not hard to find out. It's just not. If you have an issue with, if you're questioning that, I have coaching calls that I can do right now. Book a coaching call with me right now. I will help you figure out if a woman's there for the right or wrong reasons. I can smell it like it's going out of style. Okay. If you're worrying about that, but trust your intuition. It never lies. The problem that I find most of the time when I talk to men is that they want to believe they have all the signs. They have all the signs that women are there for the wrong reasons, but they want to proceed because this woman is whatever. And usually, to be honest with you, it has everything to do with her looks. 9 times out of 10. It has everything to do with her looks, and the guy doesn't want to believe she's there for the wrong reasons. That's usually the problem. You got to get past that, you know? All right. Number 4 is avoiding responsibility and expectations, which is why people choose situationships over relationships. And then number 5 is uncertainty about the future, which is with shifting societal norms, financial pressures, and a fear of general fear of choosing the wrong partner. People delay serious commitments. Situationships feel like a safer middle ground where they can enjoy the present without making long-term decisions. Okay. So the problem with situationships, family, is that it's a growing norm that isn't good for us, right? It's a norm that is actually messing with not only women's mental health but men's mental health. Okay? And so I'm going to give you guys some statistics. Now you can believe what you want, because I know music and social media and propaganda has done a very good job of separating us and making us single, when the highest or the fastest growing pandemic, or whatever kind of demic you want to put on it, is loneliness. And that's because we're afraid of connecting. All right? Loneliness is a lot of people feel lonely. A lot of people feel lonely because they're not genuinely connecting. They're superficially connecting. And we were created to connect on a deeper level. Loneliness. And so, although the situationship thing is growing, and it's this and it's that, people are not connecting on the levels that they need. They're physically, I guess, getting where they want to go, but they're on a very superficial level. They're not getting what they need on a deeper level. So here's the benefits of being in a committed relationship. This is 5 science-backed reasons. Do not check out, y'all. Do not check out. 5 science-backed reasons for relationships. Number 1, better mental and emotional health. Studies show that people in healthy relationships experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. Being emotional support from a committed partner provides a sense of security, helping individuals navigate life's challenges more effectively. Number 2, longer and healthier life. Research from the American Heart Association and other studies show that being in a stable relationship is linked to longer lifespan. Committed partners encourage each other to maintain healthy habits, such as eating well, exercising, and seeking medical care when needed. Number 3, greater life satisfaction and happiness. People in committed relationships report higher levels of happiness and life satisfaction compared to those who are single or in casual relationships. Strong emotional bonds and deep connections contribute to an overall sense of fulfillment. Increased financial stability. That's not surprising, because guess what? Dating is performative. Dating is performative. And performing is expensive. When you're in a relationship, you ain't got to perform. You can be who you are with this person, and they can be who they are, and they ain't got to always dress up. They ain't always got to be an experience. Y'all could just be kicking it on the couch, watching the game, or watching a movie, or cuddle up in the bed, or she can be cooking for you, or you could be cooking for her, or y'all order in pizza or takeout. It doesn't have to be performative. Dating, casual dating, is performative. And then it's different energies that you have to get used to. So one person may want this, another person may want that, another person may want this, another person may want that. It's like, I don't care who the man is. I don't care what the man got going on. You got that many energies coming in and out of your space, you're going to be quite a miserable person. I don't care who they are. I don't care what y'all tell me on the internet. I don't care. I don't care. That's why you see the people with the most money in committed relationships. I don't care. I don't care what y'all tell me. Being with a bunch of energy all the time is not good for you. Switching out energy all the time is not good for you. This is what it is. Sorry. Increased financial stability, greater financial security. Couples tend to share resources, save money, make smarter financial decisions together, reducing financial stress compared to those who are single or unstable relationships. And number 5, stronger sense of purpose and personal growth. Here's the reason why, family. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why. I'm gonna talk for women, I'm gonna talk for men, okay? Because I coach men, but I'm a woman, so I gotta speak to women, right? As a woman, when you are not with men or you're whatever you're interested in, because you might not be interested in men, you might be interested in women. Whatever you're interested in, if you don't have a relationship of that, that becomes your focus because we were created to be connected. So if you're not in it, you're then finding that energy. And if you're in such situationships or casual relationships, that means you're constantly trying to find that energy, right? Like you go to a different city, you're trying to find that energy. Go to another city, you find that energy. It's always new energy, right? That energy can now, if you have a relationship, can now be focused on the relationship at hand. And you can focus on what you're working on. You have somebody you rocking with, maybe they traveling with you, or y'all are in one state and they stay, y'all have a consistent situation. You are able to focus on the matters at hand rather than finding who you gonna sleep with that night or that weekend or who you gonna go on vacation. That real estate, that it frees up mental real estate so that you can reach other thoughts. That's why the most creative people in the world be married. For real, or they're in a serious committed relationship because they have room to think other things. They got mental real estate. They're not thinking about who the next woman is, who the next man is, they can think about other things outside. And we're not just gonna say relationships, we're gonna say healthy relationships. Healthy relationships. We're not gonna just say relationships. Healthy relationships help you to focus on the matters at hand. Yes, will you be concerned about your relationship? Yes, but you won't be concerned about always going on new dates, finding new women, doing new things. I don't care if you got all the women in the world, it still takes energy. It's still energy that you've got to exert in different directions. The best thing to do is to find, it's to find commitment. It's to find a consistent situation. A good woman calms the mind. Thank you. A good woman does calm the mind. Get you a good woman. See what she do. Get you a good man. See what he do. Somebody said this. When can a person consider being comfortable with being alone a problem? Because I live alone a lot of time. I just love to hear sound of silence and hear my thoughts. Think. Now, Rob Carpenter, that's a great point that you bring up. I'm doing a lot of content this year about it, like really going against what I think is more of a negative propaganda that's being put out to our society. It's a single agenda. That's what I believe. Okay, so that's what my content is really. I just feel that calling on my life right now. And I'm being obedient to the calling. Do I think everybody is built for relationships? No. Some people are built to be on their own. They don't want to be with anyone. That's fine. You want to be alone? Be alone. Do you? Do you? Be by yourself. But I think that a lot of people that desire connection with the opposite sex and they don't want to be alone, like the world is making it seem like the best thing to do is to be in confusing, ambiguous situations. That is not the best thing for you to do on any level. All research shows that is the worst thing for you to do, whether you're male or female. So if you're a man that likes to be alone and you don't want to be around no women, fine. That's not for everybody. That's not for everybody. But if you want to be with or around a woman and you find yourself desiring the energy of a woman, and so now you're, putting yourself in the position to go on around a bunch of different energy, it would behoove you to find an energy you like and rock with it. I'm just going against the single agenda. That's what I'm here to do. That's what I'm here to do. The single agenda is not what's best for us as a society. It's not what's best for me as a single woman. I know that. I know that. I know it's not a good. I know that's not my preferred space. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying this from a place of understanding that that is not what's best for us. And so I'm not going to come out here and say what everybody else is saying. Oh, just stay single. Oh yeah, F these men, F these girls. Like, no, I'm not going to do that because it's not true. It's not real. You be single long enough and be any, do whatever. And you'll see that it's not like that's not the way. It's not. It gets old, and it gets old quick. So yes, it says stronger sense of purpose, motivation, and personal development. Committed partners challenge each other to grow emotionally, spiritually, and professionally. They offer accountability and encouragement, fostering a deeper sense of meaning in life. And as from statistics, of course. So I'm not going to belabor the point. There's 3 for why it's better for men. And this is research-backed advantages. Better physical and mental health for men. Committed men tend to live longer, have lower stress levels, and are less likely to engage in risky behaviors than single men. Increased financial and career stability, higher levels of financial stability and career success for men that are in committed relationships. And then stronger emotional and life stronger emotional support and life satisfaction. So a safe place, well, you would hope, I would pray that you're in a safe and a healthy relationship, safe space for vulnerability, emotional expression, and personal growth. This greater overall happiness, reduced loneliness, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. For women, 3 benefits for being in a relationship: better emotional and mental well-being. Women in healthy committed relationships experience lower stress, anxiety, and depression. That is true. That is true. They're in a healthy relationship. Healthy relationship. Number 2 is increased financial and life stability. Committed relationships often lead to greater financial security and shared responsibilities, reducing financial stress. And then greater support and personal growth, a safe space for growth, accountability, and encouragement. Women in committed relationships often feel supported in pursuing their goals, whether in career, health, or personal development. So these are the facts. These are not like me making this up. This is Googleable. I did research on this because I feel as though we've made confusion in because that's what's being pushed. And I just feel a calling on my life right now to not go with the grain, not go with the waves of the current, to go against it. The Bible even says, is it? Wait, let me see. In Genesis 2:18, the verse says that God declared it was not good for man to be alone and that he would make a suitable helper for him. The Bible says it is not good for man to be alone. Okay, so the reality is that's Genesis 2:18. And so therefore God created woman to be a suitable helpmate for them. God has created a helpmate for some of you guys on here, right? And that doesn't mean that everybody's meant for marriage. I think in the New Testament, you'll see that some of the disciples were not married. Jesus was not married. That does not necessarily mean, whatever. Some people are just not meant to be in relationships. But I think that a lot of us have a desire to be connected. And because of the propaganda that's being put out here in this space, it is making it seem like, oh no, forget relationships. And I don't think that that's what's best for us. I don't. I think that that's an agenda. And I think that agenda has kept us at the bottom. And I feel very passionate about it. So, I think that ultimately, I feel very strongly about this. Um, and that's where I'm at with it. I think that there's a deeper agenda going on. Dr. Miles Monroe says alone means all one. Okay, Brian, you're gonna have to give me more context. I know Dr. Miles Monroe says a lot of things. He also talks about how it's better for two whole people to come together rather than two half half glasses or half full glasses. So he talks about marriage and he talks about the covenant. So I need to understand what exactly context you're talking about when it comes to Dr. Miles Monroe, because I've studied his work as well. But again, I don't want to belabor the point. The point of my live is that I think the reason why commitment is out and confusion is in is because that's what's being sold to us. That being confused, that being in these broken relationships are what's best for us. And statistics show, from every which way you can look at it, that that's not true, that we're being told a lie. I think there's a reason for that lie, because I think that it keeps us at the bottom, keeps us having broken homes, broken families. And I don't want to be, the contributor to that. I really don't. Now, this is something that I've really come to, I think, in this time. I feel very strongly about it, and so I'm at it. I think that that's just where I'm at with it, and I think God is going to raise up a generation of marriages. I do, because I think that connection is good for us, and I think we're created to be connected. And I'm not just saying connected for no reason. I'm saying connection that is healthy, connection that is good, right? We don't want unhealthy connections. All right, family. So, am I saying I want a good marriage? Yes, I'm saying I want a good marriage. Of course. Of course. I would love that. All right. I am going to close out, but let's just Brian said, okay, Brian said that's what he was talking about. Okay. Brian was referring to Dr. Miles Monroe thing. That's what he was saying. Like just a wholeness of a person. Okay, perfect. That's the work I saw from him. And he said, Brian says you can't multiply with just one person. Love your mind and work. Ephesians 6:7. Thank you. Yeah. All right, family. So thank you for the roses, Cool K. Any questions, comments? Please go ahead and like the live. Like it, you guys, on TikTok. Please like this live. Please, please, please. Please like the live on YouTube. Thank you for all the gifts that I'm seeing on here. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys like the lives, me going live on here. It's great to connect with this audience as well. And I want to thank the people that gave. Somebody on Christopher said on here, I think people have unrealistic expectations of relationships. Christopher, what was really deep? Somebody said this. I saw an interview, and a guy said this. Coach Ken Canyon, he said, relationships wouldn't be so hard if we didn't expect them to be so easy. He said relationships wouldn't be so hard if we didn't expect them to be so easy, and that is real. I can speak for myself. That is real. Because I definitely have had expectations for relationships to be easy. And it's not true, So I think we just expect oh, it's right. And so it's gonna feel good. And no, relationships come with trials. Relationships come with stuff. You just gotta be a fighter. You gotta be willing to work through it. And it's not always easy. Danny's like, Danny, I seen the comment. I want a good marriage with you, Samantha Lee. Thank you. Thanks, Danny. It's work. Yep. So, anyway, guys, thank you guys for tonight. Thank you guys for joining me on the live. I hope that you enjoy tonight's content. I know that I'm very passionate about this topic, but it's going to be something I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going and growing and going and growing. And yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Please like the live on both channels. Helps me to grow. Thank you guys for that. Otherwise than that, y'all, I will see you guys next week. Monday night I go live on YouTube. Wednesday I go live on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. So I'll be live on all my platforms on that particular day. Thank you for liking the lives, y'all here. Love you guys so much. TikTok. Thank you guys on uh, on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you guys. If you guys have liked the or hit the let me make sure I say thank you to all the people on here. Rob Carpenter, thank you. Wolves Talk Money, Warrior for Truth, Bobby Polfus, Warrior for Truth. Thank you guys for contributing to the live here. And for those who hit the Cash App, I'm sorry I didn't even look at it. Put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So thank you guys for for that as well. Thank you guys for those who sow into the channel, period. It's a blessing. And I know that God is going to take it higher, upward, upward. We've been working so hard on this channel, working so hard. And I'm believing that this year it's going to, I'm just believing for so much, I'm believing for so much. And I know that God is going to come through. Like I feel it in my bones. I just do. And I know that incredible, exceedingly abundantly above all that we could ever ask, think, or imagine. I believe it. I'm believing for it. Okay. All right, family. I love y'all. I will see you guys soon. And yeah, talk to y'all later. Good night. Let me get up all these lives. Thank you guys.